So this YouTube video got 98 million views, made me $7,000 in 84 days since I posted it, and it's a simple YouTube short. And because I always wish someone getting hundreds of millions of views would share not only the numbers from his YouTube studio, but the actual strategy behind some of the most popular videos in the entire world, I decided to do it myself. So today I'm gonna give you a 5-step framework so you can also create a perfect YouTube short that will likely get 100 million views. But besides that, this video will be packed with value. I'm gonna show you why this video got 100 million views while others flatlined at 100,000 views, how to choose a niche where you can actually get billions of views, quite literally billions of views, how to consistently find 100 million views ideas, and I have a couple of videos that will reach 100 million views, so I know what I'm talking about, how to write a script with 115% plus average view duration, which is essential, crucial for the video to go viral, almost required for a video to blow up, and a secret algorithm hack. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the secret algorithm hack that allows me to get 500 million views a month while my competitors are struggling. But first, let's analyze why this video blew up and let's try and see a pattern, how we can repeat it again. Number one, when I look at this short, I see a couple of important things. So as you can see, 98 million views, 63,000 subscribers gained from this video alone, $7,000 made. What's important here? This video have a swipe rate of 78%. At the beginning, when this video had 60 million views, it had a swipe rate of 81%. 81% is required for a video to go viral. If your videos are not hitting 80% plus, your hook is bad. You need to improve your hook, you need to work on it. Because this video obviously got like too much views and it reached the audiences that I never reached before with this channel, obviously the swipe rate went down. This happens often when your videos are reaching such high numbers. And the average view duration though is 27 seconds for a 20-second video. So on average, people watched 140% of this video, which is the reason why this video blew up. People rewatched it multiple times. Like there were people like watching it 3, 4, 5 times, and I'm gonna give you the secret hack why they actually did this at the end of this video, as I promised. Also, if you look at the RPM, it was 0.16 because the audience of this video is 30% United States, 12% India, 7% Philippines, and preferably young audience watched this video, which is not actually good for the YouTube algorithm. You're trying to target older audiences, but this particular short blew up for the younger one. So now that we understand that you need to aim for 81% swipe rate and 115% average view duration, how do you find a niche where getting billions of views is possible and is as easy as it gets? And I'm going to give you the approach that you can't find anywhere on the internet, because most of the gurus will tell you to go into the commentary niche because it's easy, or an AI niche because you can do it by yourself. I'm using a completely different approach because there's only 4 types of niches on YouTube. There is monopolized and saturated niches, and there's big markets and small markets, and it leaves us with a very small choice. We have big markets that are monopolized, we have big markets that are saturated, and we have small markets that are monopolized and small markets that are saturated. When looking at this chart, do you know where is your perfect niche? You obviously don't want to be in a saturated market, like for example commentary. There's thousands of channels competing for the same eyeballs, and you can try to improve the quality of your videos. You can edit your videos slightly better subtitles, slightly better commentary, slightly better edits, but at the end of the day, does commentary actually get better? No. Like, there is limits to the quality, and most of the people, most of the players in this market have already figured out their best quality. So you can't improve the quality, so how do you even compete with these people? How do you find the differentiator, the uniqueness of your channel? And why would people watch you and not someone else who posted the same exact video but faster, but better, but whatever? So you don't want to be in a saturated market where thousands of channels are competing for the same eyeballs, because the piece of the pie is just as big as that, right? And it can only be split between the channels that are trying to get those eyeballs. So if there's too many channels and they're all trying to get the same eyeballs, you quite literally just can't grow. These channels typically fail. That's why if you tried YouTube automation, maybe you failed in the past. That was the reason. You entered a saturated market. Maybe it was big, maybe it was small. It doesn't matter, because saturated markets suck. What you need to find on YouTube, the niche that you're trying to find, a perfect niche, is a monopolized one. A niche where you have one gigantic competitor, one big competitor, maybe a couple of small competitors, but the market is still in need of new channels, of new creators who will supply the huge demand that this market has. And obviously you want to end up in a big monopolized market. So what I did with my channel, I found a niche where there was one guy who basically owned 95% of the market, Zach the Films. So he gets 3.5 billion views on his videos, and I wanted to come in the niche and just, because there's so much supply, 3.5 billion eyeballs every single month, I thought, okay, cool, why don't these people just watch one more reel per day of the same exact style? And obviously they are going to do it. So the moment the YouTube algorithm understands that you can supply the demand that there is in some particular niche or sub-niche, YouTube will start giving you views, and it will start giving you views rapidly. Our 7th video blew up to 25 million views because YouTube knew there is a demand for that kind of content, and we can supply it with the content that is high quality enough. And monopolies on YouTube are built on limited supply. So Zach the Films were only able to build his empire because there's no one else who could compete on this market with him before I came in, because 3D animations cost a lot of money. Nobody can actually manage a team of like 15, 20, 30 freelancers, which I could, and that's how he built his monopoly. And today I'm going to show you how you can find and destroy those monopolies by building a solid brand. And a good thing about monopolized markets is a monopoly creates demand for the type of content it produces, but it remains a monopoly only until someone else starts producing the same type of content. Because obviously it's not 1980s, like they don't own a monopoly on land or oil or whatever. It's a digital monopoly, so you can destroy it by simply creating the same type of content. And people, do they really care from what channel they watch the content? If content meets their expectations, they're going to consume your content just as well as they're consuming theirs. So monopolies on YouTube are very easy to destroy and actually very easy to find. And today we're talking exactly about that. And most of the time you beat a monopoly by finding a cheaper, more effective way to deliver supply in a monopolized. Simple words, you have to find a cheaper way to produce the kind of content they create, and by creating more volume, by producing more pieces of content, you beat the monopoly and you get their views. And that's how I captured 12% of the global 3D shorts market in 6 months. 6 months ago I had 0 views, and now 12% of the entire market belongs to my channel, belongs to me. Zach the Films currently owns 73% of it, so his share went down from 95% to 73%. We are the second largest 3D animated channel in the world, 14, I don't know why it's misspelling, 14.7%, and there are others who divide the rest, the other 10% between themselves. But 15% of the market in 6 months, because I found a monopoly and I knew that I can have a piece of a pie big enough for me but small enough for a monopoly to get. And that's exactly what I tell my Art of YouTube coaching clients. An easy but competitive niche is a bad niche. Commentary is a bad niche on its own, because you're competing against thousands of channels and you don't have any competitive advantages against them. You can't make this content cheaper because it costs $0. You can't make this content better because nobody cares about the quality in this niche, and you can't produce more because these motherfuckers are posting thousands of videos a day. You can't compete on those markets. You have no advantages. But it's way easier to find a niche with a high barrier of entry and dominate it with the high ROI team. That's exactly what I did. Zach the Films is paying $1,000 per single YouTube short, and I was able to find a way to find a team. Now my expenses are about $130, $140 per single short, meaning I'm paying 5-6 times less than he does, and I can produce 5-6 times of his volume while staying 50-60% more profitable. So we literally choose a niche that fits our client's budget but is not oversaturated, and it's exactly in a monopolized big market, so they can get results quicker. Because my clients, to be honest, they don't just want to make $2,000 and then with a hype niche and then drop it and search for the next hype. What we're building here is brand, and what we're building here is definitely long term. They want a scalable YouTube business that produces 10 to 15K a month in profit every month, and it's impossible to achieve with a saturated niche. And that's why 9 out of 10 YouTube channels fail. They fail because of the niche. They didn't see quick results, they blamed their skills and gave up. But in reality, it's not their skills. So if you failed a channel before, if you have a channel that did maybe a couple thousand views but haven't exploded, and you think it's because of your skills or anything else, it's not. It's your niche. You were told to go in a saturated market, in a saturated niche, because it's cheap, because it's easy. That was the main mistake that you made, and that's why your channel died. But it's not the end. Let me show you how you can actually succeed with the channel. Because just yesterday I talked to a client of mine who was stuck with his Reddit stories channels. It's another popular scam. Those post Reddit stories, it's super easy. AI can generate them. It's not. First of all, it's not monetizable anymore. Second of all, it's very hard to blow up because literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of channels are posting the same exact Reddit stories. You can't come up with a better script than them. You can't come up with a better quality because nobody cares about quality in this niche. So you can't compete with these people. So look at my clients' messages. I ran a bunch of Reddit Minecraft memes, generic commentary, none did well, was a huge waste of resources. And the main resource that you're wasting here, because this channel costs $0, is your time. Your valuable time, you're wasting it running the channel that has no chance of succeeding. And the solution was simple, choosing a niche with a high barrier of entry. So as my client said, I pivoted to only doing long-term 100% original branded content that has huge barrier to entry and low supply. That's what I'm saying. That's what I kept saying for the last 3, 4, 6 months. You need a niche with a high barrier of entry, low supply, that can be branded, that can be unique, that can have a competitive advantage over everyone else. My competitive advantage is my sub-niche. I'm creating war documentaries. No one else can compete with me in that particular sub-niche. And something that I find creatively challenging, that's also very important. So you will never feel fulfilled by running those commentary channels. You can only do that by having a brand, by building a brand long term. And obviously, I'm not the one to teach. The choice is yours. You can choose a long-term high profit niche, or you can choose a short-term easy entry niche, because one advantage these niches have is that they don't require any skills, any capital, they don't require anything from you. So if you're only looking for an easy entry, this can probably be a big thing. But if you're looking to build something long-term and actually build a profitable channel, then branded channels is the way. But not for me. But now, how do you find a niche like that? I always like to say that the hardest niche is the easiest to dominate. And simple niches are commentary, celebrity drama, sports, AI, reused content, everything. Like, you know them all, they're all over Twitter. They all, most of the time, don't work and are a scam. But hard niches are 2D animation, 3D animation, high quality AI videos. High quality means that these videos take a while to produce, they're very well scripted, they're interesting to watch, and you're actually utilizing the power of AI. And obviously documentaries, one of my favorite ones. But in every niche, there are hidden pitfalls you need to know and how to overcome them, obviously, because many people quit YouTube exactly at the moment they run into a problem, because they don't know how to solve it, one, and they have no one around them just to ask for some help. For example, at the beginning, like when I used to run my own channel, for 3 months, it was not profitable. And I tried buying courses, I tried asking people on Twitter, no one could help me, no one can give me an advice that I needed. And the way I actually found the advice is by talking to actually like big established YouTubers who basically told me that, Tim, you're running your channel as a freelancer. You're not a business owner yet. You need to start treating YouTube as a business. And that's when I started building SOPs, hiring a team. I found an investor and I actually scaled the channel as a business asset, not as my side hustle. And there are niches where you need to build a team, and without one, it's almost impossible to get results. These are the niches with a high barrier of entry. And that's exactly why we help our students build high ROI teams the same way I do it for myself. I literally have my own HR helping my clients hire the first key team member in their team. Basically, we brief our clients, we find the talent, and we place them inside of their teams just to make sure that they have a smooth and fast launch, and they don't need to stress out about freelancers from Upwork that are unreliable, that are too expensive, that are going to leave them the moment they want, and obviously will try to find an excuse or a way to screw you over. And I know that at the beginning a hard niche might sound a little bit too crazy, but I want you to remember that the harder your niche, the less saturated it actually is, and the more bulletproof your asset actually is. Because imagine you're entering a very, very hard niche, right? You're spending some time to find a team. You know that it requires some capital upfront to invest, to hire the team, to manage it. You find an investor to fund it. So you set up all of those complicated systems, you dominate it, you finally made it, right? And you're getting hundreds of millions of views pretty much the same way I do it. Now, knowing the journey, knowing how hard it was for yourself, you know that no one else is prepared to go that path. No one else is prepared to go through the same struggles. No one else understands how to find a team, build systems, find investors, etc. That's why your niche becomes bulletproof and your channel becomes an actual asset that you can sell for 10, 12, 15x because it's bulletproof from any competition whatsoever. But how do you know if it's big? We are doing a market research. I'm a big fan of spreadsheets and numbers and research and actual business approach. So here's what we do. This is a niche finder tool. So we built a spreadsheet that allows you to analyze the markets, and we look at the numbers. How big is the market? How big is competitor? How much of a market he owns? Like what's the saturation? How many competitors we have? Like how many views they get, etc. So there are different mathematical models that allows us to compare different niches to each other and find the loopholes to see where the potential is bigger. It's not just like, okay, go on YouTube and find a niche. No, it's actually what are the numbers behind it? Like how can we be sure that the niche that we start in is going to work for us? And for example, the way you calculate the market size and the way you understand the market worth it or not is you take your 10 biggest competitor from the niche, you multiply it by their average monthly views, and you add X%. I'm going to explain that in a bit. And that's how you get the YouTube niche market size. And X is the percent of the market owned by the smaller YouTube channels, meaning the top 10 competitors is the top bottom of the pyramid, and then the rest is X. These are the other competitors. What you're trying to do is to find a niche where top 10 competitors are basically the whole pyramid, where there's basically no one besides these 10 competitors, or maybe there's just like 3 channels or 2 channels or just 1 channel. These are the perfect niches. These are the monopolized niches. And the bigger the X, the more saturated your niche actually is, and the less likely it is that you're going to survive and win in that niche. So for example, a 2D history animation channel, Simple Paint, right? When you try to go and analyze that niche, first of all, it's 2D, meaning the high barrier of entry because no one can create those 2D animations. Not many people can create those. 150 million views, long form views per month from top 10 competitors. plus 30% of the market is owned by smaller competitors. So the overall size and approximate size of that niche is 200 million views per month. That's because the top 10 channels actually owns about 70% of the monthly traffic. Example number 2, commentary niche. These videos about car crashes, like plane crashes, this bullshit. 10 competitors, 50 million long form views, so previously 150 mil here, 50 million there, and 200%. So top 10 competitors only are getting about 1/3 of all the niche views, meaning there's so many different small channels that, again, the niche is too saturated for you to enter. And if you compare those niches to each other, we see that 2D has more views, and these views are distributed among the main players, meaning everyone gets more views on average than in the commentary niche. So again, when choosing a niche, you're trying to find a niche where everyone in that niche gets on average more than in a different niche. So this is your perfect niche. You're trying to find the niche with the highest average number of views possible, because when you're just starting to create content, you shouldn't expect to be the best in the niche right away. You'll likely get an average number of views, and the higher this average number of views is, the easier it will be for you to blow up. And that's how we find 5 to 10 niches for our clients. Together with our clients, we analyze them, breaking down the markets, analyzing the numbers, the actual numbers, not how we feel, not what we think, but what the data says. And that was just number 1. Number 2 is ideas. How do you find ideas with the 100 million views potential? Let's break down these videos. So you can watch these videos on my feed. We're not going to waste our time there, but this video was about a rigged safe with a gun inside. Where did I get this idea? Sherlock series. I was literally watching Sherlock movie with my girlfriend. I saw this safe. I immediately texted my scriptwriter. Boom, the video was done next morning. 97 million views. What about this one? Breaking Bad, a machine gun in the trunk of a car. I watched the series, I was like, oh cool, we should make it. 28 million views. Next one, do you recognize this guy? That's Snowden. So how Snowden escaped with a flashcard in a Rubik's Cube. Another 23 million views. What's common between those videos? All of them are based on popular movies. So we don't invent our ideas. We steal them from smarter people with degrees who spent the last 50 years brain rooting people with Hollywood movies. That's how we come up with our most popular ideas. We take them from someone who spent years developing a framework, so we can just come and steal this framework and use it in our advantage in a format that no one ever used it before. So it's still an original video. It's still video that no one has ever seen in that particular shape or form, but it's based on proven frameworks that have been proven by years of experience. And that's how we do it. Once we have one idea, we literally just go on ChatGPT. I'm gonna show you the whole process. So you go on ChatGPT, you take your viral video, or like if you don't have any, just take a video of one of your competitors, take this video, go to NodeGPT first, paste the link, generate the transcript, then just copy the transcript, go to ChatGPT and literally just ask him, here's the video that went viral, paste the script, give me 10 more ideas from popular series like Sherlock with the breakdown of different mechanisms like the rigged safe from the example. Done. That's how you multiply every single viral video of yours, because then it will give you an idea of a poison pen or the reverse countdown locker or the dual-sided mirror safe or the voice, etc. So there's plenty of ideas, and ChatGPT can generate you hundreds of them. But all you really need at the very beginning is an initial inspiration. It can be a movie, it can be a long-form video, it can be some clip from another channel. Find an initial inspiration and scale it from there. Now, how do you write a 100 million view script? And spoiler, you shouldn't write it either, because we always use formatting and adapt our scripts to match what has already proven to go viral on the platform. For example, Zach the Films, my main competitor, he goes viral, and when I studied his channel, I realized that he has a very unique structure to his scripts, and it would be stupid of me thinking that I'm gonna come in a niche and I'm just gonna invent a script from scratch. So this would be a terrible script. So he created a video about shooting at a beer, and his script was, if you fire a bullet at a beer, blah blah blah. A terrible script of me would be to write the same idea about a crocodile, firing a bullet at a crocodile, and write it something like this, like a completely new script. Do you know what would happen if you shoot a crocodile with 9mm, blah blah blah. This is a terrible script because I haven't followed a viral format. This video got like 10, 20, something like that, million views. I have to follow the format. And that's how the formatting looks like. If Zach starts his video with, if you fire a bullet at a bear's massive thick skull, I'm gonna start my video exactly like that. If you fire a bullet at a crocodile that's charging at you, the same exact structure. Then if Zach makes an assumption in the second line, I'm gonna make the same assumption in the second line. Maybe a slightly different assumption, but I'm gonna make an assumption. If the third line starts with but, I'm gonna start my line with but, because again, he has the structure and I don't. And I need to follow it because he knows what goes viral and I apparently don't. And the same goes to the rest of the script. You can look at the colors and you can see how similar those scripts are. They even look similar from the amount of word perspective. Yeah, if we break down, I don't want to spend too much time on that. You can transcribe this viral video, but if you break down the script, you will see the viral patterns that I use there that you can use in your videos too. Now, what you've been waiting for, the top secret algorithm hack that allowed this video to get 97 million views, while some of my other videos got stuck at 100k views. The Easter egg strategy. So first of all, this is the scene from Sherlock movie, as I told you. That's the strategy on its own, because people are commenting that, people are noticing that, people are loving it. But then we also added 3 here, but I think there were like 4 or 5 Easter eggs in this video. First, we added Bombardilla Crocodilla. So in the inside of the safe, there were like 3 sticky notes, like this ones. One showed the real password of the safe. The second one showed the password that triggered the gun, and the third one showed Bombardilla Crocodilla, whatever this man means. But people were commenting, people were going crazy in the comment section. They were noticing it, and people who did not notice but read the comments, they rewatched the video just to see whether it's true or not. Then also, you don't see it because of the YouTube overlay, but there's a glove pistol. A glove pistol is something from our previous video. So some people actually noticed that we put a glove pistol in the safe as well because they saw our previous video. And my favorite, there's Remy in this video with a gun that just, you know, in a top right corner where not everyone is going to notice him, but it's here. And people are, again, loving it because, first of all, like, the algorithm loves it and the community loves it as well. You can see all of these comments. This video has like thousands of comments about these 3 Easter eggs that we put there. And because of that, this video has the craziest average view duration I ever had, like 140% on average. So people rewatch this video, you know, multiple times on average, not just 1 out of 10, but on average. And right now, when you watch this video, you already have these 5 key steps to write your perfect script. I want you to go and do that right after you watch this video. You already have all the ideas you need. You know how to judge if the market that you're in is worth it or not. And what I wanted to tell you is that I'm looking for 10 dedicated people to help them follow the same exact process I followed to scale this channel from 0 to over 2.5 billion views by now. And the way this Art of YouTube program works is we're gonna help you choose a niche using our niche finding tools and market research SOPs that you saw in this video. We're gonna find an investor. If you don't have a cash to scale channel in a high barrier of entry niche by yourself, we're gonna find an investor, and using my pitch desk and P&Ls and different presentations, you will be able to get cash upfront, 20-30 grand to scale your channel with these. Then we're gonna develop a winning ideation and scripting strategies so your videos are consistently getting 5 million views and above. That's the bare minimum for shorts. If you're not getting on average 5 million views, then what are you even doing? With shorts, it's impossible to make a channel profitable if your average number of views is less than that. So I'm gonna help you with that, and obviously hire the best talent from 7 high ROI markets using unique hiring strategies. It's not Upwork, it's not Fiverr, it's not people from India or Pakistan. These are the people who understand Western culture, American and European culture, but yet they are very cheap comparing to US prices. They will typically save you 60 to 70% of what would you typically pay on Upwork. That's how good this team are. And then scaling using proven systems, content CRMs, and SOPs. They are best for teams from 5 to 50 people. If you're running a channel that less than that, probably you don't need it, but if you're looking to expand and build a brand, you obviously need all of those content CRMs. DM me out of YouTube on Instagram, and I'll hop on a call with you to see if I'm actually able to help. If I can, I'll let you know how it's going to work, and we will get started and build your 15K a month business using our hiring resources and databases. And if you wanted to get this YouTube profit calculator, which is typically for sale for $150 because you watched this video till the end, I really appreciate a like and subscribe if you haven't really, and just DM me calculator on Instagram and I'll send it to you completely for free. Again, I appreciate you watching this video. Hope it helps you develop a winning formula for YouTube. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe.